Ever feel like you're just wrestling with an AI, trying to get it to give you a straight answer? Well, if that's you, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to show you how to transform those frustrating chats into really fruitful ones. And believe it or not, all it takes are a few simple formatting tricks.
So, does this look familiar? You ask what you think is a simple question, and the AI just hands you back this tangled mess that is nothing like what you wanted. Yeah, it's a super common problem. But the good news is, it's surprisingly easy to fix.
You know, the best way to think about it is this. A prompt is kind of like a professional email. A messy, disorganized one, it just gets ignored or, totally misunderstood. But a clear, structured one, oh yeah, that gets results every single time.
Okay, so let's start with the absolute foundation. Why does structure even matter so much? Well, it turns out that how you ask is often way more important than what you ask. I mean, just look at the difference here. The messy prompt on the left, it forces the AI to guess what you really want. It might even try to explain the water cycle inside a list of study tips. But the structured prompt on the right, that's like giving it a crystal clear set of instructions. It takes away all the guesswork. It tells the AI exactly what to do and in what order. This is how you go from just hoping for a good result to actually guaranteeing one.
So how do we get from messy to masterful? Let's build our prompting toolkit. Starting with some foundational techniques you can literally start using the second this explainer is over.
We're starting with the 1-2 punch of prompt engineering. First, using bullets and numbers for clarity, and second, creating clear sections for those more complex requests. Just these two simple habits are going to immediately upgrade your results.
This is such a simple trick, but it's so effective. Instead of getting a dense paragraph you have to try and decipher, just asking for a bulleted list forces the AI to give you a clean, scannable, and just instantly usable answer. It's all about getting information you can act on right away. And the same logic applies to any kind of process. If you need steps in a specific order, just ask for them. Using a phrase like list the steps tells the AI that the sequence is critical, which makes sure you get a logical, step-by-step guide every single time. But what if your request has multiple, totally different parts? Well, that's where sections become your best friend. Think of them like a roadmap that you're handing the AI, with really clear signposts that make sure it hits every single part of your query. Now, sections are great, but sometimes you need an even sharper dividing line between your ideas. To really put up a wall and tell the AI, okay, stop, now do this completely different thing. For that, you need a little tool called a delimiter.
Okay, that sounds really technical, I know, but a delimiter is just a fancy word for a separator. It's a symbol you use to tell the AI, all right, stop thinking about that last thing, here's a brand new, totally separate instruction.
And you don't need anything complicated. Seriously, a series of 3 dashes or 3 hashtags works perfectly. They create this clean, unmistakable visual break that the AI is actually trained to recognize as a shift in context. See how this works? Without that line of dashes, the AI might try to weave the quiz questions into the explanation of the water cycle, which would be a mess. The delimiter creates a hard stop. It's an unmistakable command. Finish the first task completely, then start the next one. It's the ultimate way to stop getting those blended, confusing results. All right, you've got the basics down. Ready to level up and save a ton of time? The real pro move is to stop writing prompts from scratch and start using templates. We all do it, right? Maybe you're always asking for summaries, or explanations of new concepts, or even help drafting emails. If you find yourself in that kind of repetitive loop, a template is going to save you a massive amount of time. It's really this simple. You build the perfect structure one time, just using a placeholder for the content that's going to change. From then on, it's just copy, paste, and fill in the blank. You get fast, consistent, and perfectly formatted results every single time, with almost zero effort. And here's a final pro tip to make sure the AI never misses your most important command. AI models actually pay attention to formatting like this. Using bold or all caps is like taking a highlighter to a key phrase for a human. It tells the AI, hey, pay extra attention to this part. So by putting 5 points in bold or all caps, you're not just asking, you're pretty much commanding. You're drawing a huge red circle around your most important constraint, and that drastically increases the odds that you'll get back exactly 5 points, not 3 or 7. All right, we have covered a lot of ground pretty quickly. So let's just do a quick recap of the complete prompting toolkit that you now have at your disposal. So here are the 5 keys to master. Use bullets and numbers for clarity. Divide those big requests into sections. Use delimiters like the 3 dashes to create hard breaks between ideas. Save templates to work faster. And use bolding to emphasize your most critical instructions. Honestly, you'll be amazed at how much your results improve with just a little bit of structure.
The best way to learn this stuff is just by doing it, so take these tools and start experimenting with your own prompts today.
And that really just leaves us with one final question. You now have the keys to crafting clear, effective prompts. The only limit really is your own imagination. So, what will you build with your next perfect prompt?